Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I welcome you all to another edition of News Review. Today, Thursday, and I'm wishing you Merry Christmas in advance as we are fast. The Christmas is fast approaching. We need to start greeting our viewers on that. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje, and I'm in the studio with.
I'm Ambassador Rotimi, son of the prophetess. Good morning, viewers all over the world.
All right, you know I will do it on News Review. This is where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. And I was starting with the Punch newspaper as usual. But before then, the sponsor for this show is Nopa Abals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. On Punch newspaper, federal government slashes interstate fares. Labour nags government. Akpabio swears Lalong in, declares Umahi, Giadam seat vacant. Controversy over blessing for same-sex couples. Clerics clarify Pope's position. U.S. judge frees inmate after 48 years in prison. Then on Vanguard newspaper, Fubara signed agreement committed to peace. River government. 69% of Nigerian prison inmates awaiting trial, says official. Man declared innocent after spending 48 years in prison. 5 in police nets over illegal possession of AK-47 rifles. Man arrested for allegedly stabbing commercial sex worker to death in Bauchi. Now on Daily Post newspaper, NASS budget justified. Reps member Clement. Port Harcourt refinery commences operation. I would have punished you long ago. Dele Momodu nags Wike. These are the headlines that made up the newspaper of today. We're going on a short commercial break. When we're back, we talk more on some of the headlines. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises say make I give una this informate una with the sell foodstuffs, with the sell noodles, with the sell oil, and we the major distributor Honeywell, Golden Penny, King's Oil, Gino, and so on and so forth. Vanilla that is she sort of buy, you feel the collect market, they pay for ram small. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá wa dòwò pọ̀ àtàwọn oníbàárà wa náà jẹ́rìí wípé King Victor Nigeria Enterprises tested and trusted kò dẹ̀ sẹ́lẹ̀gbẹ́. Oya make una dey come to shop 2 Awolowo Market, Shagamu, Ogun State. As una dey buy una market, our motto don tanda gidigba to carry una load go una doorstep. And we no dey put extra charges. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, fast and trusted.
You welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor, Nopa Abals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. I've been saying these times without number now that you can go to shop 2 Awolowo Market, Shagamu, Ogun State, to King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, purchase something worth of 20,000 naira and stand a chance to spin and win. There are a lot of people winning this Christmas season. So you can actually go there to start it since December 15 and to end it. It will be ending December, I think it's 31st of December. So you guys should go there and win. Spin and win is still going on. Then Nokpa Abba, as I told you, stock it in your house because of this festive period, because of all this rice, chicken, and all kind of food that you eat that is going to affect your health. So at least you will use Nokpa to flush everything out. All right, the first headline to look at today is the federal government slashes interstate fares. Labour nags government.
There is something we call the actions speak louder than voice. Why is it that at this point in time, federal government is coming out to declare that they slashes the transport fare? It is easier said than done. the government of Nigeria cannot be held for any of their words, not until when those things is being put into measures. Because all this one, it was like just coming out to give Nigerians fake promises. You know how long they have been promising Nigeria one way or the other. At the end of the day, nothing is being done.
Practically, what I get to know on this news was that the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, they had a meeting with NLC with the president, and it has been signed that from tomorrow, I think it's today, from today to January 4, so the 50% discount.
Let's those people that have benefited from it, let them come out. I believe before the day runs out,
we'll get to know.
We'll get to know how true is it.
Well, according to the body of this news, the federal government yesterday announced 50% reduction in transportation costs along 22 interstate routes during the festive season. The Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Mr. Dele, who chairs the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Presidential Intervention, disclosed this when he briefed State House correspondent at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. Also, the spokesperson for the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Mr. Shegun Falade, said the union would commence the implementation of the fare subsidy today. Giving further explanation, Alake said the 50% reduction on the fares was arrived at in conjunction with companies operating luxury buses. Now, talking about companies that operate luxury buses, what of people that has their own private?
Let me ask this. Let me ask this question. This one that is coming at this point in time, is it for the whole Nigerians or for some set of states?
That is what they are trying to say. That
do we have luxurious bus all over the states in Nigeria?
They said they had conjunction with companies that are doing transport business with luxury buses.
That's why I'm asking. Do we have luxurious bus all over? Do we have it in Ogun State? I believe we have some in Lagos State there. Yeah. Then we have some in.
No, they said it's across 22 states, interstate in Nigeria. Yes. So, still on the body of the news, he added that President Bola Tinubu had directed that commuters on all train services will get free rides from Thursday, which is today, January 4 to January 4, 2024. That's another interesting part. Like aside buses.
It is an interesting, but it is easier said than done. Then the minister for what did you call his name now? That is coming out to say based on the fuel subsidy. I believe this should have been done right from the day of the
subsidy removal.
For the subsidy removal, nothing was done from then till now. Now the money, I kept on asking the question. The money that was saved from the fuel that was supposed to use for the subsidy payment, what did they use the money for? And we kept on hearing that Nigeria is owing billions of naira, owing billions of naira.
And we keep borrowing. We keep borrowing, whereas we don't even know the money they got from the subsidy.
Why is the reason, if we keep on borrowing, why is the reason why the fuel subsidy was removed at the initial stage? When President Momodu was there, we kept on borrowing while we pay subsidy. Isn't it?
Well, the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, TUC, faulted the initiative, describing the federal government as confused.
How did they say they are confused?
Yes, they are not backing what they are trying to do because
yes, they do that they are backing before. At the end of the day, what happened? They only come out to speak. At the end of the day, which will never be fulfilled.
So do you know why I said? Do you know why it's painful to?
Ajaero was just coming out to cajole the whole Nigerians. Ajaero thought the whole Nigerians were food. I'm sorry to abuse that language. Because if Ajaero could come out and say, okay, if the federal government is not implementing the 35,000 minimum wage, as promised, they are going to go on indefinite strike. Have you ever seen the strike coming out?
Well, I feel that's the reason why they didn't go with this initiative, because it is not going to be in favor of NLC and TUC. So they feel it's the federal government that is trying to, once the 50% is being removed from the cost of the transport, there is nothing going to the pocket of the NLC or TUC.
That is why
well, the Nigerian Union of Teachers, however, lauded the package as a welcome development. Alake, flanked by his counterpart in the Ministry of Transportation, Saudi Akali, and Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, while briefing the State House correspondent, explained that the president okayed the directives in the spirit of the season, given the economic realities facing Nigerians. Okay, let's wait and see what is going to happen today. Maybe it will be implemented today.
Let's wait and see what the pregnant night will give back to. At the end of the day, anybody that benefited from it, I believe, federal government normally does something. When they say something, at the end of the day, those things will be implemented. What do you see? They will call all the media houses, they will take camera there to interview people.
But why is it that it is just for the meantime? If they should make this permanent, is it not going to be okay for the country?
Removal happened, this should have been implemented into the system to have caught, according to what they said then, that they are going to bring in CGN buses, electric buses, at least that can be affordable for people. Lagos State made an announcement of deduction from the transport fare there. Not quite long, I think 2 weeks later, what happened? The prices of the transport, the public transport in Lagos, hike again. Nobody's saying anything about it.
Well, this particular one, I see like maybe, I don't know, this government is just playing on us, because I don't understand the reason why you have to do this only in the festive period. Why? Why can't you just, make it a new innovation starting from next year?
Like people to start telling them for this welcome idea.
It is well. Let's wait and see what will happen after today's business. Let's move on to the next headline. 69% of Nigerians prison inmates await trial. SAG official. So I feel this is a topic that we need to talk more.
The judicial system of Nigeria is so corrupt to the extent in which we don't even find justice when even if those cases were taken to court. According to what is the body of the news, do you know how many inmates that are out there that are innocent of the charges against them? At the end of the day, they refuse to take them to the court to be prosecuted, because some of these matters that lies in the hand of the prison official, or that lies in the hand of the police officer, you can sense some sentiment in some of those cases. For instance, now, somebody that was being apprehended for an offense that he didn't commit. At the end of the day, if the whole story comes out, they happen to know the real culprit behind the offense. Maybe that person has money. That person will have to find his way out to bribe the policeman, to bribe the prison official for them not to take that case to court. Because they know the guy in question was not guilty.
That's true. Well, according to the body of the news, the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, said no fewer than 53,836 inmates in the 253 correctional centers nationwide are awaiting trial as of December 18. Wow. So we still have like 53,836. So most of them will have even used their days in prison before prosecution.
You know, the most painful part of it is that there are times when this set of people might have spent almost 4 years in the custody, they will not be brought to court.
And the court will still judge them.
Will still judge them and sentence them maybe 5 years imprisonment.
Make it 9 years.
Make it 9 years without deducting the 4 years. It is only a judge that you find mercy in his presence that will say, okay, go and calculate the amount of days the guy has spent
in the detention.
Be deducted from what they are giving him afresh.
The spokesperson of the Service Assistant Controller of Corrections, ACC, Abubakar Umar, told the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, in Abuja yesterday. Umar said that the summary of the inmates across the country by conviction and those on the waiting trial list was 77,849 within the period under review. According to him, the total number of convicted inmates was 24,013 persons, adding that the convicted male inmates were 23,569 and 444 convicted females, respectively. Statistics show that 69% of the inmates in custodial centers are awaiting trial, while 31% are convicted inmates, he said. Umar said that one of the challenges of the service was the issue of dilapidated custodial structures, which are resulted in overcrowded and congested spaces within the centers. Sir, I think if I should check, I've not heard about any news of Nigeria building a new prison. the prisons we have are still the old ones that have been built since then. Although it's not a good thing to be building prisons. But then we are seeing the cases of criminals every day.
Every blessed day, because you know, there was a day I visited the prison yard. To my own surprise, in a room that should not contain more than 3 people, almost 50 inmates were there. I don't even think about their health. Because we call the prison a correctional.
Yes, correctional center.
In case where you park 50 inmates in a single room, what happened with 50 people with different cases? From there, they can rub minds with themselves. Why is it that people that have served their gate time for almost 10, 20 years, they still go back to the society and start robbing again? Why? Because of the set of
they are connecting.
Because of the set of people they met there. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the whole system in Nigeria is so corrupted. So when you are talking about the prison building of new prison, even though they were they assigned the money for the building of a new prison yard. What happened? Before you get to know, they will just build a room and a parlor that can contain almost 50 people.
Self-contained for prison.
Self-contained for prison, they will tell you they will use the money. For instance, now somebody came out and said, the general of the prison official said they were feeding a dog for 850 naira, while a woman being was being fed for 6 something or so.
Imagine. Well, he said the government has recently constructed 3,000 ultra-modern additional custodial facilities across the 6 geopolitical zones to decongest existing centers. That's what we are saying. At least they have built 3,000 ultra-modern additional custodial. Wow.
Ultra-modern. You look at the language.
Just like an hospital.
Let them bring the picture out now. You know that what they call ultra-modern was just like an hall.
Like old modern. That's an irony. That's like an oxymoron. He said the initiative would help in decongesting the centers as well as enhance the welfare and health of the inmates. That of Kano has been inaugurated and we are expecting speedy completion of the remaining facilities under construction, he said. So a home is being built for criminals and you're naming it ultra-modern. But there's a prison in, I think it's Finland, yes. This prison is just like a millionaire home in Nigeria. You are free in that prison. You will not be able to see anybody but inmates like you. But you can ride bicycle, you can cook.
Different kind of stuff there. Then you can learn how you can learn carpentry.
You learn a new life.
A new life. But in the institution here in Nigeria where we don't have that's why you said you want to recorrect somebody. The person that you say you want to recorrect, bring his brain back and at least launch him back to the society. At the end of the day, it turns out again to become an criminal.
Well, the ongoing construction of Abuja and the Port Harcourt centers had reached completion stages and they will soon be inaugurated, he added. He appreciated the federal government for raising 585 million naira towards the settlement of fines for inmates in a bid to decongest correctional centers across the country. He also lauded the recent effort of the federal government to release 4,068 inmates serving various jail terms, NAN. So, releasing criminals is a good thing, but then are they repentant? Like, you know, you can't just repeat. You can't release.
That's exactly the point. There are some things we need to look into if you want a better Nigeria, most especially in the area of this prison sector. One thing you say you want to, according to what I said, when you say you want to recorrect somebody, you want him to live a new life. What are those things that was given to that person? I could remember a man vividly then. He was a very rich man in his own society. Don't let me mention his name, though he's late now.
Okay.
He has a lot of boys around him. The man works at the Federal Ministry of Defense headquarters here in Lagos, MOD. Now, he has a lot, when he travel to his village, he has a lot of boys. He normally travel every weekend. Travel on Saturday, come back on Monday. We have a lot of boys around him that we do call Babasa.
And their godfather.
Their godfather, there are about 20 of them. Then one day the man woke up early in the morning. He now said, he called every one of them. You can't just be coming every week to be collecting some million, some amount of money. He's not tired of giving you the money. But what is tired of seeing you going out there without doing anything? Now, any one of you that thinks is serious, that you want to go and learn, either carpentry, barber, all this and that, let me know. At least almost 15 of them were very serious. We have some that went into bricklaying. We have some that went into carpentry. At the end of the day, the man launched them into it. They started it. He paid for them regularly for their food and for their meal every blessed week whenever he comes back home.
Wow.
Immediately they graduated, the man did their freedom and bought in their juice for them. That was how he managed to change their lives. If a single person can go to that extent, what's the whole federal government doing? At least for those people that are there, that you think they are hardened criminal and you don't want them to go back into the society and begin to constitute nuisance again.
Sir, let me buttress what you're trying to say now. Like, if an individual could do make that kind of empowerment for people that are close to him, then what is the problem of the government? Now, this is it. I had an experience of, okay, let me say I had an opportunity to talk with a well-known politician that I don't want to mention his name, and he said there is a problem in the political system in Nigeria, and I get to know that it is true, because this man in particular wanted to, grade a street, with an asphalt to make it an asphalt road and all, but he said the government is telling him not to do it.
Not to do it,
and he wanted to do it like if you
from his own purse.
It was amazing.
Even if he's not a politician, for instance, now maybe you see your street is not okay and you have the money of doing it. They will, when you start doing it, before you get to know, they will come with full force.
Stop the work,
and they would invite the police to arrest those people that they were using to do those jobs. When are we going to have a working system in Nigeria? Because most of them knew immediately that road is being done, nothing for them to sit on to write a budget on that road again. We have the system is so corrupted to the extent in which if we don't take the future of this country by ourselves, this set of stupid cabals will continue the same way.
And they'll put their sons and daughters. They are putting them already.
They are putting them.
Well, let's move on to the next headline, which is going to be the last for today. 35,000 naira wage award. You betrayed us. We are suffering. Workers to federal government.
Who are the workers? Is it
the NLC?
Okay, the NLC.
Yeah, that's just like the labor.
Let's say the labor now. Forget about the workers. The workers cannot speak on themselves. They have a representative.
That's just the body that is speaking for.
The workers will want to do well. All those their executives should be changed and pushed out of the country, not out of their state. They should be changed.
Well, the Federal Workers Forum, FWF, has raised an alarm that the 35,000 naira wage award given to workers by the federal government to cushion the effect of the economic crisis caused by the full subsidy removal has been stopped. The workers yesterday alleged that the federal government paid only 1 month out of the 6-month promise to the workers. National Coordinator of FWF, Comrade Andrew Emelieze, in a statement made available to Daily Post, noted that the workers are passing through tortuous moment since the removal of the full subsidy. Sir, why is it that it is only September the federal government paid, and after that they didn't pay any worker?
The federal government knows what they are doing because their leader, the leader of the NLC and the vice has been bought by the so-called federal government.
But aside the NLC, we have the FWF, which is the Federal Workers. They are this forum that comes together to fight for federal workers.
Who are the leaders? I believe they must have a leader that will speak on their behalf.
Exactly.
They can't just come out and begin to talk like barbarians talking in thousands. So their leaders should be held responsible for that. If you have a leader that is not performing very well, you hold him responsible. If he's not ready to perform, you send him packing from that seat.
Well, we are surprised to note that the major 35,000 naira wage award grudgingly given to the federal workers by the federal government to cushion the effects of the economic crisis caused by the subsidy removal have been stopped. The federal government paid only 1 month out of the 6 months promised. We, the federal government workers, feel betrayed by the federal government. Our employer has been very unfair and unfaithful to us. We have not been treated as if we matter. We are citizens, we are not beggars, and we are not supposed to be worthy of a fair wage. Now I want to ask this: when the federal workers are complaining that they didn't pay them the rest of the month, what of people that are not working under the federal government or the state government, that are just individuals working privately for themselves? Are they not? Are they not in the how will I put it?
Because private company has a way of funding its company. Some does the CEO of the company that is still dealing with the madness of fuel subsidy, that is still dealing with the madness of the diesel high. Are you telling that person you know many businesses that have been folding there in Nigeria, that are living in Nigeria? You know how long before the fuel subsidy, Dunlop Tires left Nigeria for a very long time. Recently, we had a company that has just left Nigeria, and they are doing well when they were here in Nigeria, based on all the fuel subsidy that is gone, and they are unable to maintain what they have in Nigeria here. No electricity, no good electricity supply, to the extent in which even if there is a fuel subsidy.
So one of the things that made it get worse is insecurity. You see, if there is peace on the land, different kind of things will come up.
There is peace on the land, different kind of things will come up, but the fact still remains that even if there is peace and you don't have any other means to get to fund your company, at the end of the day, when you look at the ratio rate or the borrowed interest from the bank, it was like killing you. When you say you want to go to the bank to borrow some amount of money, at least to put into the system, so the system, your business can start moving. What's going to be the agreement?
The interest will be even more than the money you want to borrow.
You are paying back. So how do you expect that companies to keep on moving?
Well, we the federal workers feel cheated. Civil servants have been financially embarrassed. Minimum wage has remained at 30,000 naira monthly, while prices of everything continue to soar, and a bag of rice now is above 60,000 naira. Most unfortunately, it is within this period that salaries are being delayed. Some workers are being blocked from receiving salaries. Promotion arrears not paid, etc. he said.
That's a good idea, because when the time comes, everybody will come out to fight for his rights.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, people that are not working under governments now, what do you expect them to be eating? They are not expecting anything. Even the whole thing is really affecting them.
Affecting them. Now, when you push the goat to the end of the wall, what happened? The goat might come back to bite you.
Well, this is where we're going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget that the sponsor for this show is Nokpa Abals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. A big shout out to the CEO of Wisdom Yard Nigeria Limited, Prince Dele Omoba Adeleke Oshim. I love to call him Prince and Omoba at the same time. AKA Ajalaku Sambawan. Thank you so much for always being there for us. And thank you, Ambassador, for joining us on the show. I expect you to wear your Christmas cap tomorrow or maybe on Saturday.
Christmas is not even worth celebrating. So why do I need to put
well, you know, we need to just make ourselves happy, no matter what the condition may be.
On the Christmas cap does not mean I'm happy.
Oh, that's true. But you know, we should just give some people joy, because people seeing it on your, they'll be like, okay, let me just imitate Ambassador and just dress like him.
The first thing remains that even if I put on an regalia and an attire, at the end of the day, I'm not happy inside me. How do I tell the whole world? How do I pretend to the whole world that I'm happy?
Well, that's true. I understand you, because even this man Oshiomolo said there is no Christmas this year. So that means there is no New Year. So the old
there is New Year.
Alright, my name is David Abasalatu, but you can call me Sidonji. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms on Twitter, our X account, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.